holders of concrete projects.
Tout le monde ne va pas être leader.
So not everybody will be a leader.
Un projet, c'est une graine.
A project is like a seed.
Une graine, elle peut être juste là, un potentiel, ou elle a commencé à germer. En fait, c'est celles qui ont commencé à germer qui nous intéressent.
Now the seed has started becoming growing into a few leaves, and now I need to water this plant, and I need to see more emerging. So these are the kinds of projects that we are really interested in right now.
Les personnes qui vont rejoindre les groupes et qui ont aussi, tout le monde a écrit un projet, ça va être l'occasion de la connexion.
So everybody has written down some kind of project, either to be or is. So it will be an opportunity for people to connect.
Si par exemple il y a une personne.
So for example, somebody who has a project that has already grown into a little plant around education.
Qui propose son projet en tant que leader.
And he offers his project as a leader. So everybody has written down some kind of project, either to be or is. So it will be an opportunity for people to connect. Somebody who has a project that has already grown into a little plant around education. And he offers his project as a leader. So I would imagine that other people in the group who are also interested in this project about education will create one group. Because for the moment the idea is just to have a general outline so that people can choose around your project.
Fine.
Just identify the project in maximum 5 keywords. So keywords would be women, Maharashtra, women's empowerment.
Yeah. Delhi and Haryana, community of underserved communities, underprivileged communities, working with children and adults for mental health.
5 keywords maximum.
Education, Adivasi and Dalit students,
Orissa.
Mobilizing resources, youth, self-empowerment, education, first priority working throughout India, and immediate next priority is working on international.
So I want to be in some group, but I would like to share my experience here.
You're sure you don't want to be the leader?
No, I
To
don't.
learn something from this process which might be able to help you with your project?
I do not want to be the leader here.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
NVC in education in Maharashtra state.
It's personal and spiritual development, couple and family.
NVCI, development of NVC in India, cooperation partnership.
Women's empowerment, particularly for Dalit women in several states in India.
The leaders who hear about other projects can change their minds. She has come up with a concrete request.
Dans la réalité, vous êtes un groupe qui est extrêmement grand pour faire ce type de travail et dans la gestion du temps, c'est très difficile.
In reality, we're a big group here. And considering that this is a real-life situation, the way we manage time, it might generate frustration. We could make 3 subgroups, one around Millie, one around Laura, and one around me. But at the same time, it's a pity because we all need to know and to hear from all of you.
Ça va se passer globalement.
So currently, we've been involved in projects in Orissa, and we have an ongoing long-term collaboration with Vijay's organization, SFDC, and Millie has been training. Laura and I went there the first time with Aniruddha, and there's been a request from SFDC for 5-year collaboration in a program that is called Human Harmonizers. 100 students.
190 students.
190 students. And we in France, with another team in France, we're creating a support system for all the students and also developing strategies for ongoing integration of non-violent communication in the school. Aisha in Calcutta has many different projects, major project being the Talash project. Millie has been collaborating and going there for trainings. I've done a couple of trainings there myself.
I'm involved with the school in Greater Noida, which is close to Delhi. I do with NVC in education there. I'm also part of sharing NVC with a group of people who are caregivers at an orphanage, which is connected also to the school and the community there.
Thank you very much for the 5 years support for SFDC, but we would like to have some kind of calendar so that we will prepare the students that okay, this is the period that you will be visiting.
Yeah, if there's any training that can be organized in Hyderabad for these 4 young people who are trying to explore ways of working for zero violence in school.
Once or 2 months, we can connect with each other in Maharashtra. Maybe we find a resource person from NVC to be a part of that.
Yeah, once every 2 months. Okay. For a contact person to go to Maharashtra.
The question is to enable us to take non-violence communication to the students.
So what's your request?
Naturally, your support.
Would NVCI be willing to arrange the training coaching with you, organize something with you? So could I reformulate that, please? Could be NVC local representative?
Some training of the trainers in India, so more people are better equipped to share in the spirit of NVC and INVCI.
In every years, we want training of TOTs.
So once a year, training for trainers.
Who is that individual trainer or somebody from INVCI? So that's whom I can contact regularly. So that I
are the most important contact persons
Anchor
for
person
SFD
for
projects.
some individual.
Personal coach, a mentor.
Yeah, mentor.
Okay.
Please do plan for expanding NVC in Bangladesh.
Okay. So
I would like to know from INVCI the criteria on which they select independent projects to support. And it would mean if I identify any project, I can just build a bridge.
What are your short, middle, long-term goals for INVCI? Because I hear now very much everyone wants you, but you're just 4 people. So what is your goal for INVCI? Do you want to create only a space where people can meet who want to do something in NVC, or do you want to run with 4 people the country for NVC? And that is probably not possible. So I would like,
we are aware of the fact that current reality will not allow us to say yes to all the requests, which is why I clarified it would be a dance. We want to hold in our awareness that we are also working towards supporting the other people, although they may not be certified, but who may be wanting to start sharing NVC, and that our resources are gradually expanding with more and more people. The Bharati has already started sharing. Many people in this group have started sharing NVC. I'm trusting that this is a growing community, but I personally commit to answering them to this group. So in order to do that, I would like to be sure that your emails, the emails of this group, are with one person, Laura, so that there can be a continuity and co-responsibility. I would really like to answer all those questions and I find them really meaningful. I have also a request, it is connected to your comment. We are only 4 at the moment, and we need support. The organization of this convention has been sometimes difficult just holding it. How many of you would like to support the current organization? Would you please raise your hands? Okay. I would like to thank all of you for your presence and for your contribution to this meeting. I'm personally really in a place of deep joy and gratitude. I don't have time to ask all of you how you're feeling, but if you're feeling great, just go like this. If you're not, just go like this. Okay. Thank you. Can we all go back to the
Sur les coussins rouges sont assis les rapporteurs.
On the red cushions, you have the reporters sitting.
Sur les coussins bleus sont assis les leaders.
And the leaders are sitting on the blue cushions.
Millie est là comme rapporteur de ce groupe.
So Millie is the reporter of this group.
Et je suis le leader de ce groupe.
And I'm the leader of this group. So all the people who participated are now going to be in the role of observers. And my request to all of you is to remain silent and yet to write down any questions you might have or any reactions you might have, which you may want to share later. The sharing is going to be about specific, concrete requests. My suggestion is that each reporter will only share 1 request per turn.
Would INVCI be willing to
create a calendar for their school visits for the project with SFEC in Orissa.
A request to other projects in the room, would they be willing to advertise a project called Dhammadina about women's empowerment?
Our request is, where can we come all together with children and integrate them for evolution and personal growth?
In France first, that's my French, but it's somewhere else.
INVCI be willing to come to Hyderabad to do a training for 4 students involved with the Zero Violence program there.
We want to invite women in our network to come over there and share their skills. You can advertise it.
Yeah, how can we develop tools for adults to learn from children and also develop tools for children?
Personal growth.
You're asking an interested person to get in touch with you?
Once every 2 months, would somebody in INVCI be willing to make connection with the NVC group in Maharashtra?
A request to projects in this workshop. Would you be willing to fund the Dhammadina project either by offering skills or in kind?
So is it okay with you if I'm going to reflect back? I reflect back as one request that includes all these aspects in your advertising.
Well, we would like to collect ideas about the way of animate groups in the inner child attitude.
We want to respect the process. At the same time, the reality is we need to wake up for lunch. To save time, I'm suggesting that each person, each reporter, read out the list quickly, because we all have an awareness of the process. And I think it will save time. They read out the full list and you move on. Are you okay with that?
Yes. I'm asking you to write it down for me, please.
The request to have a clear contact person or trainer for SFEC in Orissa. A request for a training in Cochin. We have a request for the local representation in Delhi to include the larger community in information sharing and to make an invitation for support. There's been a request for clarification in terms of short, middle, and long-term goals of INCI. A request for more clarity on the criteria on which individual or independent projects will receive INVCI support. A request to INVCI to consider expansion in Bangladesh. And a request for a training of the trainers in India once a year or more.
We would like to do a pilot of this family couple seminar, inner child seminar. So if anyone has either the place to propose or people who would be interested.
30 seconds of inner silence to celebrate what happened to you on this session.
Thank you.
समझ में आया सब कुछ मैं सब कुछ हिंदी में नहीं बोल सकता
समझ गया
बहुत मुश्किल है ये तो मैं भी अंग्रेज में मैं पागल हो जाता हूँ ये सब बात की साथ
इंग्लिश समझ में आती है
Okay, thank you very much everyone for your wonderful contribution. I'm really grateful.